This is my take on Mujaddara in a rice cooker. And the reason I like to do this in the rice cooker is not to save time, but it's to minimize active cooking time. We'll really only need 20-25 minutes of active cooking time to saute the onion. I probably should have added more olive oil here. Once the onions are in, we will also I'm adding some kosher salt to help draw out that moisture. So while these onions are going, we're going to use a cup of green lentils. I'm using Trader Joe's green lentils. You can also use brown lentils or French lentils. So after measuring 1 cup, I'm going to rinse them off camera, and I'm going to fill it up to the 1 cup of white rice line. So that's 2 cups of water in there. So again, it's going to be the same amount of water as if you were cooking 1 cup of white rice. I'm going to set it to steam mode, and I'm going to do 25 minutes. So we're just partially cooking the lentils in this kind of first step. Checking in on the onions. This is kind of them progressing over 25 minutes. And at the end of the 25 minutes, they are going to look a dark brown. They might even look like they're burned, but they are not, and you can take them even further than this. So in this end state for me, I'm going to reserve some of the onions. Some people reserve half of the onions. I'm reserving kind of way less than half. Some people reserve all of them and just top it at the end, but I like to cook it with the onions in. I'm using a cup of jasmine rice. You can also use basmati. And I'm going to actually, 99.9 or 100% of recipes will say to rinse the rice. I'm going to alternatively just kind of stir fry the rice with the onions and just making sure to get all of the grains coated in that kind of oniony oil, which will kind of fill a similar purpose to rinsing it. It's going to prevent the rice from clumping up by kind of cooking the rice in the pan a little bit, toasting it. And we lost a grain of rice, which was sad. I think that's like a tablespoon of cumin from my big kind of Costco cumin jug. And I'm also going to put in some Lebanese or Syrian 7 spice. I would say that's like a teaspoon maybe. Once again, I'm going to try to coat the rice and the spices and kind of wake up those spices in the oil. Pan's a little dry, so I wish I had a little more olive oil. We're going to dump in the rice. Also, I cook those onions on like medium high. I would back down that heat once you're toasting the spices. All right, so we've drained and rinsed our lentils. Again, those are partially cooked now. And those partially cooked lentils and that dry white rice is going to cook at the same time because the lentils take longer. I'm adding, after mixing everything together, I'm adding enough water to take us to the 2.5 line on the rice cooker. So it's the equivalent of 2.5 cups of white rice. Your mileage may vary. If you didn't cook your onions long enough, they're going to let out some water. And I'm going to show this kind of on purpose to show like you got to give your rice cooker like a second to kind of cool off on steam mode, so you get that H01 warning saying it's too hot. So it takes very little time for it to cool off, like enough time to let you kind of clean your onion pan. And now we are popping it back in. So again, we're at the 2.5 line. We just want to make sure everything is barely covered by water. And we will see you in 60 minutes later, where we now have this nice brown dish. So the lentils and the onions kind of color and flavor that rice. I'm going to add some salt now. You can add salt before as well while it's cooking. And we'll now top with those fried onions. I like to also top this with lemon and cilantro. Some people do yogurt or like an Arab salad on the side, but you really can't go wrong. This is super good, super simple, and I hope you have success in making it.